My husband and I wanted to make an intimacy tape. I told him about the one I made with my ex. My husband and I have been married for only over a year and now things are looking really bad. My husband recently was given a really nice camera for his birthday and with it he really wanted to make an intimacy tape. On the topic I suggested that we bring some extra lights in our bedroom for better lighting. He asked me in a joking manner if I was an adult films director. I told him I made one in the past. After looking at his face I realized how much I just effed up. He stopped dead in his tracks and asked me in a solemn voice, was it with Pedro, my ex? He was the first guy that I fell in love with. With him I did a lot of stuff I wasn't comfortable with, such as butt stuff and even wore animal costumes, but I did it because I wanted his love and attention. He used me for a long time till I decided to cut him off. I have told my husband about him and he really doesn't like him. I told my husband it was him, but it didn't matter that I wanted to create new memories with him. My husband told me that he felt sick and was done. He ended up leaving the house and left his phone at home. He came back home later in the night. I confronted him and told him that we need to talk. He said that he is angry that this guy Pedro has put so much distance between us and that he wanted to make an intimacy tape. He thought it would be a new experience we could share together, but the fact that Pedro already made one with me ruined it. And he hates that there is a video like that of me on his computer, and that he probably showed it to all of his friends. After I tried reassuring him things got better or so I thought. But then he got really angry and cold out of the blue one day. He found my old laptop that was broken and recovered the hard drive. He watched my intimacy tape with Pedro. The thing that makes the video especially damaging was that in the video I am a lot more vocal than I am with my husband, and I am doing things in there that I don't do with my husband. In this video, Pedro and I fulfill things my husband has always wanted to try with me, which are things I have turned down. Since then he has given me the silent treatment. I have tried doing things to get him to open up but he seems completely uninterested in reconciling. I am at a loss on what to do but I am going to try and fix this. My husband and I wanted to make an intimacy tape. I told him about the one I made with my ex. My husband decided to start sleeping on the sofa. One night I had enough so I went down to him and we had a big talk that I thought was going down the right path. He had calmed down and said that he realized his insecurity was controlling him and that he didn't want Pedro to ruin it. I told him that I would do anything to make things better. But this is where things got bad. He asked me really personal things about the intimacy I had with Pedro. Did I enjoy his manhood more? Asked me, for example, if he stretched me out. He told me he was super self-conscious. My husband has a 3.5-incher, and although I have always told him it doesn't bother me, seeing Pedro with a PP twice as big as his made him very insecure. When he asked questions, if I said that I don't remember or that I didn't enjoy it, he wouldn't take it as an answer. The video of me was really damning. It was the one with animal costumes, a lifelong dream of my husband's, and I don't know what to do. I think the video itself is basically burned into his head. He would ask questions that would basically hurt himself and then grow more distant. Our intimacy life was at an all-time low. The most we really got to do was cuddling, which I had to initiate every time. If I tried to initiate anything else he would push away and say he wasn't up for it. I tried to be patient with him as best I could, but I ended up getting frustrated and angry but most of all just turned on with no way of satisfaction. We got into a fight, and he got really nasty. He told me that I should leave and go back to Pedro. He told me that I never found him hot, that I only saw him as a backup after I broke up with Pedro. He told me that that is why I did more with Pedro, that I was Pedro's property, and he was the safe option. I decided at this point that I wasn't going to bother defending myself. I realized that I am still in my 20s and I don't want to throw more years into this relationship only for my husband to despise me. My husband asked for a divorce and I told him I agreed. Edit, I got back with Pedro and I am having the best intimacy of my life.